In this video, I will be going over file types. In Photoshop, there are many files that are important, but I just want to cover three very important file types. The three I definitely want to go over is PSD, JPEG, and PNG. I will briefly cover the Abr file type and the OTF, TTF file types. As far as PSD files are basically Photoshop documents. For instance, I have a project that I worked on a few years back, but a Photoshop document basically brings you right into Photoshop and basically shows you all your layers for your document. That's your Photoshop documents. That's the PSD files. Now, JPEGs are more so files that are pictures. For instance, a JPEG that I created right here for a mixer that we do on the Procure Collective Facebook page. It pretty much opens in the preview app on your computer. Also, this is a JPEG. These are all JPEG files. Your average Facebook photo, your Instagram photos, normally those are JPEG files. Now, as far as the PNGs are very valuable files that we may need to use when providing clients a project. For instance, let's do it like this. Let me start a new document. I'm going to choose a 5x5, and we call this example 4. All right, so we have a blank canvas. Say, for instance, if I wanted to bring in this file right here, this JPEG, and bring it to the canvas. That's the JPEG file. If I save this right now, I can save it as a JPEG, but it's just going to save everything on the canvas. But sometimes, say for instance, if you're doing a project. All right, matter of fact, let's do it like this. This is going to be a rough example, but let's do it. Here we go. Now, there's a project that I was working with a client on, but just as an example, let's just say he was a bishop and he wanted to, or a bishop, or he was a pastor and he wanted to put his seal on this project. Let's find a seal. Bishop seal. Let's see. Let's use this as an example. This will be a good one. A nice clean seal. Copy that image. Command V. Now the problem with that file is that it has a black background to it, so it's not going to look as professional. So what I would actually need it to be is I need it to be have a transparent background so the black ink isn't showing. So what I would do is actually, in fact, I'm gonna take it actually to the example clean canvas. And what I'm going to do is actually remove the background. Here, color range. Well, let's do it like this. So now I removed the background of this specific project. Of course, this is a rough sketch, and what I'm going to do is actually remove the background So when I see these squares, that means the background is no longer there. So what I can do now is save this file. Save it to my desktop. And I'm gonna save it as a PNG and hit save. Large file size, okay. So I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it right back on this the same project, and I'm gonna find that PNG right here, .png, and I'm gonna drop it right here and move it right over here. I'm gonna add like this Melvin's logo. All right, so that would be the JPEG of the logo, but this would be the PNG of the logo. A lot more cleaner, a lot better than having the JPEG file. Now, the two other files that I wanted to cover are your Abr files and your OTF and TTF files. Your Abr files is simply going to be your brush files. If you go to Psd, which is a popular site for Photoshop brushes, and let's see what we see here. Let's say we was going to use paintbrush. And let's say we like this one right here. Of course, you see free download. There's a lot of free add-ons that you can put onto your Photoshop to actually be pretty creative. As you see, it's coming into a zip file. And after I open the zip file, it comes into a folder. Open it up, and if you see, my brush is going to be a .abr file. If you want to know how to import the brush, go to the brush tool tutorial. Then you have your OTF file types, and your OTF TTF file types is more so going to be your fonts. Also, there's free fonts that you can find online. One that I normally use is 1000 free fonts. And there's quite a few options, like something as nice as the Hublin script. And if you notice, I mean, it's free. If you look, your .otf file is right there for you to upload. And once again, if you want to see how to import fonts onto your Mac, check out the Type Tool tutorial. In the tutorial, we covered the PSD Photoshop document file, the JPEG picture file, and the transparent PNG file, as well as the Abr brush tool file and the OTF TTF font type files. This is your file type tutorial.